guys, hope you're well and welcome back to another video, and hello anyone that is new. My name is Ellis, I live over here in the UK and I feature lots of content from cleaning and interiors to lifestyle, mindset, finances, budgeting and so much more. So if you like that kind of thing, then I would love to have you over here. Click the little subscribe button somewhere down below and come and join the madness over here. But today I'm sharing with you a video that is highly requested on my channel. Ever since I did that first video, I think that video has had thousands of views now, so many views, and I will leave that link below. But it was a video that I did on how the law of attraction has changed my life, and ever since that video I really should do an update because my life has changed so much more for the better since filming that content. However, today I'm sharing with you something that I get asked all the time, which is how do I get started? How do I start practicing and doing and being part of this law of attraction that you speak of? So if you want to find out a little bit more about the law of attraction and what I have to say, then just continue to watch. Okay, so I'm going to start off by just summarising what the law of attraction is, because I'm sure so many of you guys have probably heard of it. You might have heard of manifestation, you may have heard of people saying that they attracted their dream life or whatever it may be, and you may be like, what the hell is this? So essentially, the law of attraction believes that what you believe and the energy that you carry essentially attracts what you shall receive. Essentially, what you put out, you get back. A little bit like karma, I guess. So essentially, by putting out positive feelings and vibes and energy out into the universe, you will attract that back. And likewise, if you are doing the same with negative, then you will attract those negative energies back into you. So imagine it a bit like a mirror, and what you're saying to the mirror, ultimately you're reflecting back on yourself. That is how I would basically say it. So ultimately, if you are doing good things, if you are putting out positive vibes and stuff like that, you will receive that energy back. So that is like a really brief overview summary, and like I said, there are so many videos out there that you can look at, but I'm going to be doing a whole series of this on my channel, on methods that you can use to use it, what it is and so much more. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see that sort of content coming up in the future. Now, some people ask me, well, why would I want to know about the law of attraction? What is it that I would need it for? And ultimately, the law of attraction is for anyone that wants to change their life, that wants to enhance their life, for anyone that wants to be more positive and just manifest their dreams, go bigger, harder, and really have a good, fulfilling life and be a more happy and positive person. I feel like since believing in the law of attraction, my whole outlook on life has completely changed. And I used to be one of those people that always used to sit there and think, why does she have that and I don't? And since believing and knowing and practicing the law of attraction, that has completely changed. So when you ask me, how do I get started with this? The first step that I would highly recommend you doing and going out to do is watching or reading something called The Secret. Now, I first started reading The Secret, and it was a book that I purchased, and I'll leave it linked down below so you can find it. There's a whole series in this collection, but start with The Secret. And it is honestly life-changing. And if you're not a reader, then I'm pretty sure they do an audiobook, but if not, you can watch a documentary on it on Netflix as well. So I will try and leave that link below as well so you can go and find that. This documentary will honestly change your life. And in the documentary, I think one of the things that they say, and if you follow the law of attraction and The Secret, you'll know, is they'll basically say that the law of attraction is very similar to like the genie and the lamp from Aladdin, for example, and you can make 3 wishes. However, your lamp in life is limitless, and you can literally do as many wishes as you want, put as much out there as you want, but you have to make sure you're doing it in the right way as not to attract that negative energy. So the first thing that I would highly recommend is you watching that documentary or reading that book, because that is really your starting point. The next thing that I would suggest is that you start looking at the thoughts that are currently going and what your brain is currently doing in its day-to-day life. Now, like I said to you, essentially what you put out, you attract back. And this was the big game changer for me. This is when I realised that actually all I was doing in life was saying, I don't have any money, I don't have a good job, I don't have a nice house. Like essentially all of those things were attracting themselves back to me. And by saying to the universe, I don't have a lot of money, I wasn't creating abundance in my life and creating this wealth and this living. All I was doing is saying to the universe, I don't have it, and it was just giving me more of not having it. The universe ultimately gives you what you are telling it. So I would sit down and I would go through and I would think to yourself, what do you say? What are those everyday thoughts that you put out into the universe that run through your brain and see if they are positive or negative. And I can guarantee you that if you are just starting this and you're not a very positive person and you're not in a good place in life, exactly where you want to be, then there will be so many of these behaviours and traits that you're using that will need to change. Now, the thoughts that we're having, good or bad, determine the frequency we're on, determine the energy we're putting out and what we're emitting, and ultimately that is what we will achieve back into our own lives. And when we talk about the law of attraction and the energies and the frequencies, you really kind of want to be on that highest frequency possible, which is in the place of being as positive and as happy as a person as you possibly can. And when you're not in that state, which generally you're not, if you are probably looking at this video and you don't have everything that you like and want in life, then you need to do something about changing that. So we need to be aware of the thoughts that we're putting out there and what we need to change. Now, some people recommend writing this down. I don't personally recommend writing this down, because ultimately you're writing that information down and putting it back out into the universe again. So I would just be aware of it, but there are other steps that you can do, and obviously I will go into this in detail in other videos as well, but there are things that you can do that can counteract and change these behaviours. So the next thing that I would write down is list down what you want out of life. And when you do this, be as detailed as possible if you can, and write down some of the goals and some of your aspirations and things like that. So for example, if you wanted to own a home one day, I would write down, I am a homeowner. And the reason I would write it down like this is, again, some people suggest to write it down as a goal in terms of I would like to buy a house. But if you're saying that, you don't yet have it. And the law of attraction believes, and the way that the law of attraction works, is that you always have to act as if you have already. So I would write down in your goals, I'm a homeowner. I have travelled the world. I have travelled to Bali. I have travelled to Australia. I have travelled to New York. I own a nice car, or whatever car it is that you may want. I have 2 children. I have whatever it is that's on your goals. Write it down as if you have it already. And then the next stage of this is you need to write down your why on this. Now, it's so important to know why you want these things. A lot of people come from a place of wanting things, and it can be quite materialistic, but deep down, there will still be a driven reason behind your why for a lot of things. And a lot of that leads to happiness, which is what the law of attraction wants to bring to you. So if you can write down your why, this will really help enhance the law of attraction and bring it to you even faster and even quicker and propel you forward. Now, like I said, these are all just starting steps. This isn't getting into the nitty-gritty of how you can do it just yet, but this is definitely a great place for you to start bringing this into your life and really honing in on what you want the law of attraction to help you with. Now, like I said, when you're writing down this list of things that you want, think about your career, think about money, think about where you want to live, the car that you want to drive, what you want to be like physically, your relationship to people. Think about all of these things and really drill down on what it is you want. Now, the next thing that I want to speak about is there are so many different tools and techniques, and I'm going to be doing a whole separate video on this, but you can do things from gratification journals, you can do things from positive affirmations, and I shared a few of these on my latest cleaning video, which I will link down below. And it's all about getting you in that right mindset, and I also share these over on my Instagram, and I'll leave my handle on the screen. It's Ellis Sara Smith, but you can come follow me over there for more positive affirmations and things like that that will really help you day to day. You can also do things like vision boards, which you may have seen and heard of over the internet, meditations. I like a lot of guided meditations and I use them quite regularly. And then there's also things like mirror work that you can do and just telling yourself how much you love yourself. And I know this sounds so silly, but when it comes to the law of attraction, being happy, like I mentioned, is one of the biggest ways to attract abundance in your life. And ultimately, you need to love yourself to be able to do that. If you hate yourself and the person that you are, then you're never going to get onto that level. And I really appreciate that this may sound a bit hippie and a bit wishy-washy, and you're probably like, what the hell is this girl on? But honestly, it truly works. I used to be one of those people. I used to be a cynic, I'm not gonna lie. I used to think that the world was out to get me, that nothing was gonna come my way, and it is ridiculous how much your mindset has an impact on what you can achieve in life and what you receive. And the very last thing that I want you to think about is, what are your worries, what are your fears, what are some of your problems? And I want you to drill down into these. And I don't want you to dwell on them too much, but I want you to be aware of what they are. So like I said, you may sit there and think, I'm in a rubbish job, I absolutely hate it, I'm going to be in this job for life, it doesn't pay me good money, I can't work around my kids, whatever it may be. You may have 1,000,001 different reasons. But if all you're gonna ever do is think those thoughts and not be proactive or do anything about it, then you will be stuck there. What you need to do is start changing that focus and start changing those thoughts into more positive ones. And like I said, I will go into this into one of my next videos that comes up on the law of attraction. So if you want to know more about how to do that and how to start changing those thoughts, then definitely stay tuned. But I really want you to be aware of those, because they are having a massive impact as to what you are attracting into your life right now, and why you probably are still stuck in that dead-end job that you hate. Okay guys, so that is everything for this video. I hope you've enjoyed hearing about some of the ways on how you can start the law of attraction. I highly recommend doing the above steps that I mentioned, so watching or reading The Secret, thinking about what it is you want to achieve out of life as if you already have it, and drilling down on your whys, and also thinking about your worries. And then, like I said, you can definitely go and have a look at some of the tools and techniques, but I'm going to be covering all of these and more of the ones that personally work for me and ones I absolutely love in upcoming videos. If you did like this video, then I would love for you to give it a big thumbs up. Like I said, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all again in an upcoming video very shortly. Bye guys.
I'm thinking of you. Thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, now it's too late.